What's going on, Basketball Exchange family? It's Kay Morgan. Welcome back. Hope you guys are having a great week. We've had a couple of days off due to the WNBA All-Star break, but WNBA is back. They are back in action tonight. There's a full slate of games, starting out with the Connecticut Sun versus the Washington Mystics, followed by the Toronto Tempo and the Minnesota Lynx, the Indiana Fever and the Seattle Storm, which will be on ESPN, the Portland Fire and the Vegas Aces. And then to round out the nightcap, it will be the New York Liberty facing the Los Angeles Sparks. So we got a full slate of games after going a week in between games. It was a phenomenal All-Star break for the WNBA. The game actually sold out. It was in Chicago at the United Center. Over 19,000 people came out to celebrate this incredible league. It was filled with a bunch of former players, current players, and of course the All-Stars themselves. It was a star-studded occasion. There were several celebrities that came out to support the league and several NBA players that came out to support these ladies. And I just want to note that the WNBA All-Star game this year was a bigger draw than the men's All-Star game in February. So the men they drew about 15,000 and the ladies had 19. So great sign for the league that it just continues to grow, and a great sign that there are people that are consistently looking to support this league. So there's a lot of different thoughts in terms of the interest of the WNBA. People feel for whatever reason that you have to attribute the success to a specific person. I've never understood that because when the league first started in 1997, 30 years ago, it was extremely popular. A lot of the teams had sellouts. There were really good numbers in terms of viewership, even though it was nowhere near the level of accessibility that we have now. The teams played largely on NBC. I believe there were some ESPN games, and then the rest of the games were played on Lifetime. So now, of course, we have NBC, Peacock as a what am I trying to say? As a partner. You have ESPN, ABC, you have CBS, you have Ion, and of course ESPN. So there's so many, USA as well. So there's so many different opportunities to support the league, right? There's so many different partnerships that exist, and the accessibility increases, the reach increases. There's more people that are going to be watching and supporting the league now more than ever. And I don't think that that's one or two people that are responsible for that. If the one or two people that you feel are responsible for that are not playing or they're injured, then the league's numbers wouldn't continue to grow. The viewership wouldn't be growing. The support would not be there, and things like the All-Star game, they would be hit or miss. So super excited to see all the people that came out to support. There was a ton of brand activations that took place in Chicago with the players, which is a phenomenal thing to see. Another sign of growth to see all of these incredible ladies have an opportunity to partner with these different brands, which is a big part of why the WNBA continues to grow. So let's get to the celebratory part, right? So the winner of the WNBA All-Star game this year was Team Spoon, and the MVP was Jonquel Jones. Jonquel had 22 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists, almost messed around and got a triple-double. Team Spoon came out from the very beginning, established their dominance. Team Coop made runs here and there, but if I recall, they never had the lead in the game, and they were not able to complete the comeback. They kind of ran out of time. And shout out to Teresa Witherspoon. She finally got that dub on Coop. She said she was tired of losing to her. And I guess the ladies, they were locked in and they played phenomenal. There was other standouts, obviously, besides Jonquel Jones. Kaylin Clark was on a heater early in that game. But yeah, it was a really fun game. I mean, obviously, we know it's not a lot of competition. These ladies are out there just kind of going through the motions, having fun with their peers, obviously wanting to put on a good show for the fans. But I mean, what do you expect from All-Star game, right? Like, it is what it is. I enjoyed it. It was good to see the players that, you probably never otherwise see play together. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun, a lot of good moments. Obviously, Dominique Malanga with the dunk, that was great to see in game. Angel Reese obviously with the assist there, so that was great. Other winners for the weekend, Team Washington won the skills competition, and it was a compilation of a high school player, one of the top players in the nation. It was Shakira Austin and the great legendary Lena Deladon, who's getting ready to enter into the Hall of Fame this year. They were all on the team and they did a great job in both rounds. So they took that Dallas Wings guard and first pick of the WNBA draft, AZ Fudd, won the 3-point contest. Really wasn't close. AZ did amazing in both rounds. She was locked in. Congratulations to her taking home the 3-point contest. And we'll get to that in a little bit because there's a little controversy around that. So other celebratory things that happened right as the All-Star break was beginning to start. Nneka Agbumike is having just an incredible year. The Sparks are not, playing great, and I don't know if they'll make the playoffs, but I'll tell you, it's been a historical season nonetheless for Nneka Agbumike. She passed Candace Parker to become third all-time in rebounds in the WNBA. And it seems like there's been so many record-breaking moments for Nneka just throughout this season. She's at that point of her career where literally every time she takes the floor, there's some type of record that she's breaking. And congratulations to her on all of the success. Of course, we know her as being a phenomenal president of the Players Association. I think sky is the limit for Nneka in terms of what she does post her WNBA career. I think she has the opportunity to have just as an impactful post WNBA career as she's had a WNBA career. I would love to see Nneka as a commissioner. And I don't think we've ever seen that in any professional sport where a former player comes in. But on the heels of some of the backlash, some of the negativity, some of the conversations around the current commissioner, Kathy Engelberg, I think that Kathy has done a phenomenal job on the business side. To me, it's undeniable the job that Kathy has done and all of the historical deals that have taken place under her leadership. Herself and her team deserve a ton of credit for all of that. But I think that there's a fair bit of criticism that she's earned. I think the disconnect that Kathy has with the players is becoming problematic because the WNBA has always been a league that is extremely inclusive. The WNBA has always been a league where the front office leadership and the players association at least and the stars have all been on the same page. And this weekend was yet another reminder of the fact that Kathy just doesn't get it. And so having a former player that has the respect of a Nneka Agbumike, the business acumen that she possesses, Nneka is a Stanford grad, the knowledge of the league and understanding the players' purview, I think will be great for this league. Maybe it's not kind of a copy paste format for other professional leagues, but every league is different and unique. And the WNBA is one of those leagues where I do feel a level of compassion, a level of love, a level of respect with the players should be given. And we don't always consistently see that from Kathy. Kathy operates, just my opinion, as a shrewd businesswoman that does not value interpersonal relationships, that doesn't understand the significance of her reaching out to players in retirement, acknowledging players, having conversations and kind of picking the brain of her stars. Caitlin Clark said this past weekend she has no relationship with Kathy. Anything that has gone on with her front office wise, whether it was something dealing with like this incident with her and Alyssa Thomas, the communication came from Nneka. Rookie of the Year awards that she received, all WNBA, all that communication has come from Nneka. Asia Wilson is one of the most decorated players in the WNBA. She said the same thing, like, hey, there's not been any type of relationship established between myself and Kathy. Brianna Stewart has alluded to the very same thing. You've heard a number of now retired WNBA players say, hey, Kathy never reached out to me. She never said happy retirement. As far as I know, Kathy doesn't even know that I retired. There was no acknowledgement, not only from her directly or her office, which is shameful. No other league do we see that. No other league is that really a reality. Kathy is so disconnected from the league that she doesn't even know how to pronounce the names of some of the coaches. Like when she's handing out awards to the coach of the year and things like that, she's not even pronouncing people's names right. Like that is the ultimate sign of I don't care. I don't care enough to get to know you. I don't care enough to um know how to pronounce your name. This is stuff that you expect from outside media that, maybe not, they don't cover the WNBA day to day, which I get. Like that's a choice, right? For any media entity, they pick what leagues they want to cover. And let's be honest, the NBA and the NFL are the two most popular professional leagues. And so they get quite a bit of coverage within any news organization, whether it's something like ESPN on air, that's primarily where you're going to get. And even when it comes down to like the writing side of, ESPN.com, like the majority of the stories are going to be for those two sports. So, I get like outside media maybe making that mistake, right? But the fact that she's so disconnected is an issue. And so um, to get back to the 3-point contest, and as I mentioned, a little bit of controversy. I didn't like the fact that Sabrina Ionescu, who's won this competition, I believe twice, and has set the record for made 3-pointers in a competition for the NBA and WNBA, was saying that she was not invited to be a part of the 3-point contest this year. The front office of the WNBA is saying something else. Same thing happened with Kayla McBride. She said she got a half invitation kind of last minute through her agent. The front office is defending that, saying, well, the same channels we always reach out to Kayla and Sabrina, we reached out through those channels, and they declined. It's just too much smoke there. It's too many issues. It's always something. I don't understand how any type of dropping of the ball can happen for either player. And I'm going to hone in more on Sabrina, who was the reigning champ. Sabrina's not an all-star this year. She missed a ton of time to start the season. And upon her return, she's had her struggles. She's also had her moments where it appears that she's kind of getting back to getting in her groove, getting in rhythm, where she's starting to resemble all-star level Sabrina, top player in this league, one of the 15 best, right? She's starting to look like that. But for her not to get an invitation, or for there to be any type of, oh, I didn't receive it, I don't like that. That doesn't sit well with me. And these are not things that should be taking place. This is not anything that can happen. And this is the type of stuff that the players are talking about in terms of Kathy. In Kathy's mind, that's like who cares? Like, she doesn't seem bothered by that there's a situation where someone on her team could have dropped the ball. Like, I know Kathy has way bigger things to do. No disrespect to anyone, right? Like, than to be making calls about the All-Star game and who's doing what. But it's just always something with her. It's always something, and it's aggravating, right? Like, I hate that there's so much negativity around the W. And I have an article that's coming out later today on Substack that kind of alludes to the media's coverage of this great league in year 30. So that's that on that. Finally, I just want to briefly talk about the second half of the season. We have about 17, 18 games left. There is a FIBA break that will take place next month in the W, but I'm very much looking forward to see what's going to happen. Nafisa Collier teased us a little bit. She came back the last game prior to the Minnesota Lynx All-Star break, and she looked like Fee. She dropped a cool 22. She looked really, really good. And I think it's scary that the team that has the best record in the WNBA is getting their best player back, arguably the second best player in the entire league. Like, I cannot wait to see the pairing of Nafisa Collier and Olivia Miles on a night-to-night basis. I'm very much excited about that. Can the Aces get it together defensively? Something else I'm watching for. Are they going to be able to round things into form and have enough time before the season ends where they can defend their championship? What's going on with the Liberty? Are they going to be able to get out of this funk? They won their last game before the All-Star break. Like, will they be able to turn it around? Atlanta, like, can they put on a string of wins? The Fever, went into the break with some wins. Can the Valkyries create some separation between themselves and some of the top teams? These are all things I'm looking forward to, along with the trade deadline, which I believe is next Monday. Will the Connecticut Sun move on from some of their players? Do the Sparks keep their core of front court players intact? Do they break it up? Do they make a move and get rid of Cameron Brink? Like, what's going to happen with Ezzy Matador? Does she stay in place there in Seattle? Like, does Skylar Diggins stay in Chicago? Like, there's a few things that I'm kind of taking a look at. So we shall see over the course of the next couple of days. If there's any trades, of course, we will discuss that. But just wanted to pop on. We're excited about all the games tonight. Glad that we got the WNBA back. Hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. Until next time, peace out.